All right. Um, so yeah, a couple things this week. The what will I start with? So hey, okay, caught up to X-Men '97. Oh my god, it's so good. it's insane how consistently tight this fucking show is. Yeah,
But I thought we were suffering from superhero fatigue.
so that's episode 9 to date it is where we're at. Oh boy, it's just, and it's the thing is too is we're also in a point where each of the episodes after 5 has been like, like just okay, here's how everything's going to change, here's how we're moving forward, and it's getting that density of the old shows back. We're like a million things per episode. In some cases the title of the episode is like two things, right? There will be like I think it was Motendo slash Death
Yeah.
Life Part 1, and you're like, okay, we're condensing.
We're doing a double episode here.
Right? Storm is and Forge are off having their own adventure.
Completely different
Right.
adventure.
Gold Team is having its adventure. Like we've just everyone's doing their own thing, and as that splits up, it gets more and more dense. But each one is really, really solid. And yeah, they just as of episode 9, have built up to like something that it just surpasses anything that this show that like the bar they set out to accomplish was just like, okay, do what the old show was, bring the nostalgia back and make it enjoyable. You're now clearing that bar and just having amazing like action, amazing writing, amazing moments. I don't know if Morph is supposed to be able to act and be as strong as Hulk by turning into Hulk as a lookalike. I don't know if he's that kind of shapeshifter, but it doesn't matter because that's where we're at now. This is this is the morph that is actually like turning into and then moving like Quicksilver because
Like, wow, I can do all sorts of stupid shit.
right? It's not like I mean again, like there's Mystique level shape shifting, but here we've just got someone who's here to make the action scenes fun by having strikers jumping in. It's great. Who cares what the rules are there?
I was not expecting to get how do I fucking talk about
Looking
this?
into the camera and saying the meme.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
We
was
looked
not
at the
expecting
camera and we said the meme. Spoilers for episode 9 of X-Men '97 if you don't want to listen.
It was not 9, 8.
9.
Yeah, 8.
9 is the last one I watched.
Okay, no. Are we talking about? Okay, I'm going to talk about the ending of episode 8 of the fucking X-Men show.
Oh,
that blonde lady,
yeah. Right. Okay, yes. 8 is where that happens. 9 is the latest. Yes.
Yeah. I was not expecting to have a non-mutant character make the case for Magneto
Like
in such a definitive slam dunk way.
God damn it. Like they might as well have like framed it with the text around, the
Handing out t-shirts.
Magneto was right. Like god damn, dude. Also it like we the whole time I've known and remembered just how I'm like I kind of really never cared or gave any fucks about the Mcron crystal or the space adventures of Lilandra and Charles.
Well, I'm glad the showrunners don't either, because it's fucking so stupid.
It's always been super dumb, right? It's always been, oh god, right? We're going to space. And like it's not that Space Marvel like has to be like that, but for a long time it just you're like, oh, who's this fucking
I hate that shit.
So much of Space Marvel was just it was lame back then. So seeing it now, I'm like, okay, fucking Gladiator, sure, you're Supermaning your way through. That's great. There's Cyclops' dad hanging out doing his bit, and then all the Shi'ar and stuff. It's just I always was like, man, fuck these space birds.
I don't give a fuck about them, and their shit is so stupid.
So now when we have to cut back to them and to see like what Xavier's up to, and it's just like, Oh god, he looks so bad standing around and with these dumb people going, I am now the Emperor of Space. And you're like, yeah, like you don't give a fuck anymore. Obviously, it's the worst possible footage of you not only abandoning everyone on Earth, but also hanging out with these stupid, ugly B plot characters. You know? Oh, and it's like, yeah, no, but the stakes are high. Shut up. Who cares? Boo.
I do appreciate that we get a X-Men classic of, hey Charles, what's going out?
Ah, my
Just
mind.
I'm being
Yeah.
blasted by psychic shit. Ah, fuck.
And there is a little thing of like when I see Kree around, I'm like, it's the Kree, you know, and that means there's scrolls around somewhere and etc. Also, there's a time when I was out on comics as a kid, and then I came back in. And when I started to have it was when I started when I was working and I got some money, and I was like, oh, I can go buy a comic every now and then.
I can just go buy a comic. I don't have to,
because I was relying on my aunt to send a bunch of comics from her bookstore back in the day. That stopped, you know, and then when I was a teenager again, I got some money. I started buying them, and when I started buying again, it was right around the time that they introduced Bastion. And I remember being like, yo, a human sentinel, what the fuck? What's going on? You know? And I remember him getting introduced and getting into and then like him and Nimrod and that whole plot right around the time when I think like God, it's when it's when a lot of the stuff got rebooted. I mean, I want to say like mid aughts. Anyway, though, I just kind of was like, oh wow, that was I by the time I then stopped reading, I kind of thought Bastion was like a somewhat obscure villain. I didn't know that it was going to be a major arc necessarily.
I mean, I had never heard of him prior to this.
So seeing it there, I was like, oh shit, he's getting worked into the story. That's a pull. I showed up just in time for him, only to see that it's like, oh no, wait, this was a quite significant thing. That like the whole Master Mold Sentinel storyline leads up to this, you know, infiltrator character, and then thus you have these humanoids and all that shit they're running. They did it in like a solid 2 episodes or so, but that's a fun thing to see revisited. He's from '97. Okay, yeah. So that was an interesting pull. Sinister showing up and then being a proper old, like literally like calling himself an old villain, you know. And
there's a line in there that's so great. It's like, you old guys have been trying to get these X-Men since 1992.
Yeah, and it's like you're
terrible at it.
And the way you failed is what, like everything you failed at doing is what we've learned from on what not to do, you know. Also, whereas the original X-Men series like had to just kind of show you a spider hand off screen or hint at a little shield somewhere. Now you actually get full on, yo, there's Spider-Man, there's Cap, he's actually talking to Rogue. We're fully embracing it because I mean it's all MCU now, so we can do that. Also I like that like moments that would otherwise be a new issue reveal of a character with a new costume, it just goes down like a Super Saiyan moment. Storm just explodes to the next level and comes back. Her hair is unshaved. She's in a new outfit. I'm in a new... Shut the fuck up.
That's not a weather power.
Shut up. It's new Super Saiyan Storm. She's back. She's upgraded. The upgrade comes with the costume change. Deal with it. You know?
This is great. This is great.
Jubilee goes shopping and then puts on her new tights. Sure. But then Rogue is like, yeah, I'm gonna put this Gambit jacket on and I'm gonna put the fucking green shit on, and that's what it is, you know. Magneto has his moment going back to the old as well, but they have like they just have these like canonical like moments of like, no, the costume switch has occurred. We're doing it now. Yeah, you know, or the throwback.
It's a new look.
You know, like Wolverine's like, I'm gonna put the old shit back on, you know. And
brown and yellow,
and then they even throw it at Cable. And it's like, what'd you expect? Black leather. You're like, so yeah, it's just a really fun solid, amazing fucking half an hour, man. Quality shit.
So like,
and
I have to say before we continue, my favorite X-Man is Nightcrawler. So when X2 came out, I fucking ruined my pants. But animated Nightcrawler has not gotten like what I thought is the coverage he deserved, because his shit is so dynamic and so fucking crazy looking. And I got everything that I fucking wanted. I got every single fucking thing that I wanted.
POV bamfing. Yeah. Now, I was really curious to see what they were going to make that look like, because I've talked about it before. There's been other comics where they've shown you, like, essentially what bamfing turns into is an alternate reality that's smaller, pocket mirror of the current one, and that's how he can get from point A to point B faster.
Yeah, it's why because I always like the thing is he's not instantly teleporting, is he's disappearing to like 2 seconds later,
and he's getting
now
there a
in
little bit faster.
place.
Yeah, because it compresses the space, you know. But that was also where it was like, and thus he can also take you there and let you go and leave you there, which he does to Apocalypse at one point. And then there's a whole thing of like, okay, I can still use my power to bamf, but every time I do, Apocalypse for 2 seconds is going to be like, ah! And then you got to jump scare back to reality, you know? So yeah, that is interesting.
There's a real great moment. So Wolverine and Nightcrawler are fighting a bunch of regular ass civilians who have been like technoified, and they're slicing through their fucking brains and decapitating them and cutting them to pieces. But hey, don't worry, you can see their parachutes. They're putting themselves back together.
Oh yeah. Okay.
They're all gonna be fine.
Okay. But the way the show is doing it though, like also like the fact that like Rogue drops fucking Trask, and like they give it a second. They don't do the instant like, oh no, and then we flip. They actually have a minute of her being like, yeah, fuck you, right? And everyone's like,
the opinion that he like hit the ground.
You hear it, right? And then like, you know, Nightcrawler's like, yo, is this what we're doing now? And everyone has a moment to go, oh, how do we feel about that? What the fuck? You know, Wolverine's like, yeah,
I feel okay about it.
Wolverine's
Trask is a fucking asshole,
of course, right? And Wolverine's like, I'm down, but and you know, and there's a little moment of it getting to settle in before you flip it up to the, oh shit, we gotta fight. Don't worry, your hands are actually clean. You know, don't worry about it. But it lasted longer than you would expect given the cartoon nature of that. You know, like, did you actually kill somebody? No, you didn't. But if you have like at least 10 seconds to stop and watch everyone react to it, that's really good. Because I'm
a big
says
fan
something about the characters
of all the stupid, silly shit they've been doing. So, like in particular, what brings to mind is like, so the Captain America's there, and Rogue talks to him, and they have an argument. And Rogue's fucking end of that argument is to take his shield and just throw it as hard as she can in a random direction.
Yeah, well, fuck you. Go get your keys. You're drunk.
What the fuck? Like, and he just has this like little frown on his face. He's like, I don't know what this fucking thing is.
Yeah. No, that is absolutely solid. No, I do appreciate that, and again, like as I was saying, like Xavier coming back, and he looks so bad given what he was just up to and what he's got to say now, and you know, and like, and you're like, you know, the whole like bit about, you know, fuck, like you trusted him, you trusted the wrong person with the team, and it's like, yeah, but did you though? Because your argument is looking pretty flimsy right now, man.
Like, okay,
you know,
one, he was doing it. Like Magneto, before the shit in Genosha happened, like Magneto was actually doing a really good job, like keeping it together. And then, you know, fucking mutant Holocaust happened, and then he's like, "Well, shut up, Charles."
Yeah.
You're stupid.
Yeah.
Shut up. You're dumb. You're so stupid.
And on that, like this, and it's also one of those things too, where like they're like zooming in on the numbers on his fucking arm, you know, while she's going on about that monologue, You know, like they're like leaning heavily into that. They're all like I mentioned before about the fact that the writer, you know, like with Five, like the fact that there was the fact that he knew somebody that it was the Pulse, you know, shooting that happened and stuff like that. There's a moment where Xavier goes, "Oh, how very Rudyard Kipling of you," you know. I was like, "Oh yeah, okay," you know. You know, he imagined he had a burden. You know, there wasn't an imaginary one or whatever, but it was just like, "Oh shit, yeah, okay, you're going in." You're going in. You're.
Hey, why'd Bastion like hang up Magneto with no pants? What was up with that?
I mean, did you? I mean, Magneto. You know, he saw. Maybe he saw what Rogue saw.
Yeah, maybe.
You know, maybe he saw what Magneto sees when he decides to give himself a sleeveless, fucking low, showing you my chest out shirt. Right?
I could go through like every episode and be like nearly every interaction has some kind of detail that is character informing and interesting. And like I think about the ending of the final episode as of currently airing, which I'm going to talk about in 5 seconds. They're fighting Magneto so he can reverse the fucking horrible magnetic damage he did. And Wolverine's like, no, I'm gonna cut him. I'm just gonna fucking kill him.
Enough of this shit. Yeah.
And it's like, Logan,
but
the globe will no longer have electricity ever again if you kill this man.
And the reason why Sykes shot and interrupted the takeover moment was because we need to reverse the polarity damage, dude. Yeah. And thus we're fast forwarding right to so when Logan gets the adamantium ripped out, we get Bone Wolverine.
Yeah.
And then I feel like that worked right into an Apocalypse arc as well, like back in the day. But I guess I don't know where they're gonna go with this necessarily.
I really have one gigantic complaint about the finale of the episode because of the last episode, because it's overwhelming of me asking like, that's weird, why'd they do it like that? And then I go, oh, so the drama can happen, right? And it's like, okay, Cyclops is a 1-to-1 natural counter to Mr. Sinister. Just like the I-beams just fuck his shit all up. Don't send him to fight Mr. Sinister. Okay? Jean already lost to him and got kidnapped. And Cable is like a weird freak. You send them to fight Mr. Sinister.
Techno-organic virus already in place. Also mentally traumatized by the entire Madeline Pryor bit. Yeah.
All right, we're going to go fight Magneto. Are any of you made entirely out of metal? All right, you.
Yeah.
We're
that's I mean, in the comics too, that's always been kind of the case, you know. And like he there's a whole lot that Magneto can but doesn't do on a regular basis.
Like they really should have just like swapped the fucking teams, and it would have gone way better.
I mean, I think like the moment you kind of have that like I can rip the iron out of your blood thing, you're like, oh well, then what are we even doing here? I can like kill on command is what you're looking at, you know. There's a whole lot of what Magneto can and can't do that we futz around with.
I mean, this is a problem of like, well, control of magnetism is control of electricity, which is like Magneto should be able to point at you and just turn your brain off.
This is where we get into the whole Iceman bit. Like I said, what is control of what is heat? What is ice? It's absence of heat. What is heat? It's energy manipulation. What is that? It's fucking Bobby being an S-class mutant when White Queen takes over. You know, so no, not everybody can be Franklin Richards. If you break down what they're actually doing to its fundamental atomic ability, you know. But yeah, okay, so I guess like from this we're heading towards Onslaught.
I guess.
So that means we're heading towards Marvel versus Capcom 1.
What? We're there.
Hell yeah.
We're at Marvel versus Capcom, man.
They look at the camera and they obviously, you get the Children of the Atom, you get the line, you know, like So that's rad as shit. Asteroid M's hanging out. Yeah, no, it's fucking it's perfect. It is a fucking amazing
It is
no-notes
just a
ass show,
fucking slam dunk.
top to bottom. Um, yeah, and I guess well, but it's like there's we're doing arcs that have been covered and stuff that like in like the Claremont run and so on that have been fast forwarded through, but there's new guy as like a unknown factor in all of this, right? Um,
Mhm.
Ricardo.
Oh, the guy they fired?
No, no. I mean the Jubilee's boyfriend.
Oh, right, Sunspot. Is that his name?
Oh,
I know
am
he's.
I? Oh, never mind. Okay, I'm just
I think
completely.
he's. Yeah, I think that's Sunspot.
Okay, never mind. I'm completely wrong on that. Roberto. Um, yeah. So, I they did they announce that there's another season
Oh
confirmed
yeah, there's a
already?
second
Right? We said
season
that
coming.
last time. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Cool.
Yeah, it's coming.
Um, all right.